Good morning, brothers and sisters, to Morning Heart Devotion. And today, to start us off, we like to offer greetings to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. 천징 참부님께 경배. 바로. Now I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens to lead us in the family pledge.
가정 맹세 1. 자녀극 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 지느라 본연의 창조의 상이 지상 천국과 항상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님을 모시며 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan. And to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Reverend Levi Doherty. So Reverend Doherty, if you can please unmute yourself.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Please join me in prayer. Our divine, loving, heavenly parent, so many times when we just utter your name, you feel judged and insecure and unworthy. But we are so grateful that we have this time and this morning and this day to breathe your divine air so we can live according to your will. We're grateful that we have our true parents on the earth. And we're grateful that our true mother now can spread your divine love throughout this whole world through these devices we're using and connect to our ears and our hearts. Lord, we just don't want to hear those words. We want to be able to convey, not just in words that we say, but the way that we live each and every day. Guide us now this morning as we prepare our hearts and our minds to hear what you have to say through our dear leader, our brother Young, that you've sent here on a divine mission to raise America to the point where you can now step on this land and solid ground you will have because of our hard work and our sacrifice. Yes, we've made mistakes in the past. Yes, we've done things that's unworthy of our existence to even be with our true parents. But because of your love and your forgiveness and our humility to repent every day, we now have one more day to start again and make right what was wrong. We thank you for this opportunity. We sure do, with all of our hearts. And we're determined to bring back what was lost to you and to our brothers and sisters, our ancestors, and the world. And even restore the angels so they can get back in their proper position. This we pray this morning in all of our names. Claire and Levi, blessed Central family, make this request from earth to heaven. Amen and adieu.
Thank you, Levi Dory, for your beautiful prayer. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Doherty. And with that, brothers and sisters, we will be sharing each other gratitude points and some things that we are grateful for. So we're going to be going into breakouts. And if you're joining here alone, then please take this time to reflect. So let us go into our breakouts. And welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time, an uplifting time with sharing your gratitude points with one another. I know I definitely did. And from my breakout, I'd actually like to invite up back again Reverend George Russ. If Reverend George Russ, you can unmute yourself and share, please.
Okay, good morning. Thank you so very much, Yasu, for inviting me this morning. We had together, the three of us with President Angelica Selle. Well, maybe if she was American born, she'd probably be voted in for to be the next woman president or the first woman president in America. But anyway, so grateful to be with the two of you. Yeah, this morning I shared very briefly about my gratefulness concerning God's joy at this time. Indeed, if you can connect with Heavenly Parent, that's what Heavenly Parent is feeling, an incredible joy. It's a momentous time in the history of the providence. And why is this? We ask why God is so joyful right now. Many things. Well, number one is that True Mother has broken through incredibly on the level of the providential accomplishment and is bringing us to higher and higher levels of breakthrough. And what I feel in particular this time is that Christianity is responding to true parents. And in this time of True Mother, and we have, all the different churches, of course, we're having that experience in the field, really coming forth to embrace True Mother. And primarily, I mentioned that initially we were focused a lot in proclaiming true parents' messiahship to the world. And boy, did we pray and pray and pray about this. And true parents, they did speaking tour all around the world, proclaiming true parents, the completed testament age, and so on and so forth, and wonderful. But Christianity was not really responding at all to this because of you could say, the theological, doctrinal challenge pertaining to this, waiting for Christ come in the sky and so forth. But with Dr. Young's leadership, Dr. Young is bringing a beautiful internal heart to wake us up and to connect with the direction in which True Mother is going. And that really is so special, connecting us with the way that True Mother is looking at the providence and wanting us to go along with her. I'm so grateful for that. And then I mentioned what is most important right now. It is not so much just proclaiming true parents' messiahship and everything. We have done that. It's been said, true parents are not ashamed to make that proclamation. Okay, it is there. What is really important right now is to focus on the accomplishments of true parents. And that's where True Mother is going. And I mentioned, what is the most incredible accomplishment of true parents? It's the blessing, the holy marriage blessing. There is nothing bigger than the holy marriage blessing. I've always felt that, when they started that holy marriage blessing, wondering why true parents weren't doing blessing everywhere they went in all of the speaking tour. I kept asking myself, geez, are they going to do the blessing this time? Do the blessing this time? But yeah, they're doing the blessing now. And this is what we want to awake. And Christianity will respond to this because they have no answer to the serious problems that's confronting Christianity in the world, which is breakdown of families, teenage delinquency and immorality and so forth. We have, True Mother has the answer. It's the holy marriage blessing. So Dr. Young has embraced that. President Naokimi understands that practically. Holy blessing. God's joy is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Young.
Thank you so much, George Ross. 감사합니다. Our state leader. 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Russell, for your incredible sharing, enthusiastic energy. And next, to be able to share her gratitude points, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Naomi Royal. If you could please unmute yourself.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Yon.
안녕하세요, 나오미상.
안녕하세요.
네.
Thank you so much. We were discussing in our group that so thankful for this leadership that we have in the United States. It's centering on Dr. Yong's guidance and President Naoki Mi-san and Vice President Milhan just beautifully unite. And with all the sub-region leaders, everybody's just so unite. And Milhan was saying, like beautifully saying, is that Dr. Yong is like sun, and President Naoki Mi perfectly reflect the sun. It's like the moon, and it's so beautiful. He was saying that, and it just the Saturday event that we had was so inspiring. And I had after event, I had a couple. I had a neighbor who I also invite, and she was so inspired. Right after event, she texted me and thank you so much, Naomi, for inviting this. It was amazing, and she was so inspired. And also, I have my second cousin's daughter, who are Japanese, who lives in Australia. She's nearly 40, and she was one day texted me, is like, I'm ready to be married. And she was asking, like, do you have anybody, just let me know. And so I invite her to the event, and she, in Australia time, it was 8 a.m., but she watched it, and then she texted me back asking, how was it? What do you think? And she, she's never really, she doesn't have so much like religion background. She said, I'm not Christian, but it was very interesting to see, and kind of make me realize that there's a different way of, getting married, people together and have a life. And I told her, how I became a blessed family, and it's so ensuring to have that God as a center of our family, and that marriage life is not always happy and easy, but whenever we have difficult time, we can always have a God in the center to come back and understand and be together and respect each other. So we feel like that God is in our center of our family to guide us. It's like the the compass for our family.
Yeah.
So she's like, wow, that's really inspiring. So I hope we can connect her and, really bring her to the blessing. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. 저기 Naomi Royal, your beautiful sharing. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
네.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Royal. And with that, brothers and sisters, thank you for sharing your gratitude points. And we'd like to go to our main portion of the Morning Heart Devotion, which is to receive our internal guidance by our Continental Director, Dr. Chung Sik Yong. So welcome, Dr. Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning. Good morning. 오하요 고자이마스. Ni hao ma. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Buongiorno. Guten Morgen. Selamat pagi. Dobraye utra. Peace, salam, salam alaikum. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sawadee-kap. Namaste. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace, 안녕하십니까? Wow, I am still very, very inspired. Our June event, mother speech, and also our brothers and sisters' great effort and 정성. So I spent time with the mother here, and today actually let's hear yesterday's True Mother's word with the key leaders. So I recorded, and then our Mr. Sir dictated all the word, and then our Christina Rang translate to English. I really appreciate their great effort and 정성. So today, let's hear again yesterday's True Mother's word, and then some reflections, six sub-regional leaders and some of the members' reflection. So let's see through Mother's word. I'd like to invite our Heavenly Honey.
From now, ACLC must actively guide all ministers to become registered in the Chumbo Wan. This is the secret to receiving the greatest blessing. This must be realized, starting with Dr. Rouse. You should know that for you to be living on earth at the same time as True Mother makes this the golden age of all ages. This is a time that must not be missed. I came to America so that true parents could come to the earth and bless the righteous people who have a relationship with heaven. Humankind, including all blessed families, must take responsibility before heaven. That is the principle of creation. Until now, human history has been in the winter season. It has been a freezing cold, dark history. However, thanks to the true parents, especially the only begotten daughter, the true mother, the spring of the providence has now arrived. This spring season must not be missed. In 2023, we must do what was not possible in all of Christian history and the history of the people of Israel. We must dedicate a temple that can host Heavenly Parent. By consecrating this temple, we will be able to see the sunlight for the first time in the 6,000 years of human history. Therefore, the blessed families who lived in this age must stand in the position of responsibility. Together with True Mother, the only begotten daughter who is still living on earth, we must attend Heavenly Parent and become objects of joy and praise. You must be the ones whom Heavenly Parent can praise and say, "Thank you for being here. Thank you for being by my side." Throughout the 6,000 years of human history, the natural world has been destroyed by war, conflict, and human ignorance. Blessed families must take responsibility to fulfill the dream of Heavenly Parent and true parents and the hope of all humankind. We must restore the natural environment. Earlier, Thomas Walsh said that he will devote himself until the end of his life, but we need everyone to take responsibility until 2027, when the 60th Heavenly Parents' Day will be celebrated. You must become the ones, and America become the country that can lead humankind into the arms of Heavenly Parent. So what must be done? Since ACLC pastors each have their own churches, they must become the messiahs of their tribal messiah group within their respective congregations. In addition, you must remember that we are in a critical time when we must restore the earth, which has been ruined by human ignorance. This is true even for America. In my speech today, I spoke about the shooting incidents in this country. America's high-ranking officials must pray to heaven and admit that they have been in the wrong. Isn't it true that one of the reasons America has become such a powerful country today is because it has made economic gains by selling firearms and weapons? Wouldn't it be wonderful if the amount spent to make guns and weapons was used instead for the world and for the restoration of the natural environment? Originally, the principle was to return 3/10 back to heaven. But are you doing so? This 3/10 should be offered to the suffering countries of the world. You haven't been able to do this, have you? It's the same when it comes to the gun issue. I don't know if the United States initially allowed the Pilgrim Fathers to own guns because they had to defend themselves against predatory animals while pioneering the western part of the United States. But why should people need to have guns at this time? The fact that anyone can own a gun is a problem. When it comes to managing guns, parents have to keep them out of reach of their children. Isn't it too common for young children to kill their classmates at school with guns? Why can't parents and politicians sort this out? Why do you need a gun if you can make laws and govern the people well? We need to change all of these structures. Until now, true parents have cleared up the past 400 years of US history. But from now on, America will need to rectify certain things as we move forward. In the Bible, human history is a history of war. So before guns existed, it was an era ruled by spears and knives. However, doesn't the Bible say that in order to create an era of peace, we must melt our spears and knives into plowshares? America is a representative country of Christianity. It is a country blessed by heaven. Democracy was established under the banner of the people, by the people, for the people. Then, is the current state of America truly for the people? Politics has not been for the people. We need to fix this history of repeatedly killing one another. Dr. Jenkins and Dr. Walsh have done well, and many political leaders and VIPs have said many great things at our rallies, but we need to be able to tell them what is wrong and to correct the things that are wrong. This is how their future will be secured. They must live alongside righteous people and carry a name that will bring results lasting into the future. Furthermore, we need to make sure that they can bring results that will allow for their names to be recorded in the Chun-il temple. Aren't you saying that I will register their names in Chumbawan? Where else can you find this kind of blessing? You must take responsibility. Didn't Adam and Eve fall because they didn't take responsibility? How blessed is the moment when you can be acknowledged for fulfilling your responsibility on earth. That's why I am giving the people who have worked hard and contributed to the providence the opportunity for me, as the true mother, to thank them. So you must take responsibility. That is why I mentioned Senator Orrin Hatch's name. I hope that Dr. Jenkins can take responsibility for him so that Senator Hatch may enter the kingdom of heaven on earth and in heaven.
Oh, thank you so much. Yesterday, our beloved true mother shared such beautiful guidance to us. Of course, some of the content we still have, but I think not regarding this topic. That's why I share with you through mother's main guidance, the day before yesterday. Yeah, and then now because of time is not enough, let's time to about hear some reflections overall, and then, through mother's event and today's speech. Let's hear from sub-regional leaders, and especially also I'd like to hear from our media department, Koichi and other, so two leaders who really brought incredible result. So let's invite them And I ask to Yasutaka to lead our meeting.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Yong, for sharing True Mother's words. And at this time, to share briefly in 3 minutes, the June 5th Peace and Blessing Festival. We like to hear from our leadership as well as some of our members. And to start us off, I'd like to invite up Reverend John Jackson, who is the director of the South Subregion.
Good morning, everyone. God bless you all. Wow, I feel like we're just riding on this incredible roller coaster of joy and victory. It's been amazing, actually. As far as the June 5th rally, I just want to say, 3 minutes is not enough time to say thank you to everybody. But my brothers and sisters all over the Subregion 4 have just been doing these watch parties, and they've been working so hard actually to prepare for June 5th, and no disappointments. In Alabama, I saw a beautiful watch party taking place in Mobile, Alabama, with the leadership there. They had pastors and members, families who attended. It was a full house. It was so beautiful. And we had these kinds of watch parties all over in every state, Texas and Oklahoma and Tennessee and Alabama and Mississippi. And so it's really awesome to see that. And then in District 11, also in Arizona, and then even in Vegas, they had multiple things going on in Vegas. But on the 5th, it was just beautiful. All of these amazing watch parties that they had. I was so moved by this entire program. Mother's speech was amazing. We all know that. And if you saw the speech, it was just incredible. But even before Mother spoke, the testimonies of our blessed couples, Yana Johnson's testimony, for instance, her and her husband's sharing was just so beautiful. And we had second gen testimonies and then also first gen. These testimonies just deeply moved my heart. I thought, oh my gosh, this is the best advertisement, the best I've ever seen us do. I was so moved by them. And there was one moment when one of the first gen couple who was sharing, his wife was speaking, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but her husband was so proud of her in that moment. As he looked at her with those adoring eyes, I could just feel how much he loved his wife. And I thought, wow, we caught this on video. It's so perfect, And if anybody watches this, they're just going to be, what is this blessing these people are talking about? I want that. In fact, I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh, my goodness, I want it too. I want to be blessed. I mean, I was feeling like, let's do that. I would do that again if I could, It was so exciting. And I don't know how much time it took to make this section, but it was just perfect. And I just want to commend everybody. Again, True Mother's speech was phenomenal. She brought us through 400 years of struggles, but she told us God is not leaving America, and we can fulfill our responsibility, and we should. She compelled us she compelled ACLC to receive the blessing, and then she save this nation, because this nation needs to be a part of the providence of saving the world. And I was just moved deeply by Mother's message. It was so incredible. We're all still reeling over it. And isn't it wonderful to be able to attend to parents at this moment? God bless you all.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful morning. Can't wait to hear everybody else share.
Thank you so much, Reverend John Jackson. Today, your suit or the uniform look like a 5-star heavenly general.
I have my ACLC badge on.
Yeah, thank you, John Jackson.
Thank you, Reverend Jackson.
Thank you.
And next, I'd like to call on Reverend Ernest Patton, Director of the Southeast Subregion.
Well, thank you, Yasu. Thank you, Dr. Yong. Dr. Yong, you're educating us, elevating us, energizing us to offer our best, all of our Chung Song at this pivotal point in providential history. You know, the June 5th Peace and Blessing Festival was terrific. It opened up a springtime of the Providence, as Mother said, and we're building upon True Parents' amazing and successful foundation. True Mother's like a successful gold miner who never gives up, always looking for new places to find buried treasure. She and True Father endured decades of dirt being heaped upon them, but they kept working to find nuggets of pure goodness that could reveal the love of God. And her unconditional love was exhibited as she revealed plans to invest even more in America and the world by creating 3 buildings to usher in a new era of peace, which is being created through the True Families movement. Here in the U.S., New Yorker Hotel will be renovated as a peace education center. The Washington Times building will offer education and inspiration to national and world leaders. And True Mother said that these buildings will become symbolic seeds of true love sowed for the sake of America and the world. And then plus in Korea, the Cheonil Temple will be a unique place for us to attend Heavenly Parent, the first such place in 6,000 years. True Mother's trying to wash away the impurities of fragmented American Christianity so that it can work alongside True Parents in bringing salvation of the blessing to every family. And that testimony by Pastor Ron Thomas and his wife, it shows that they recognize their responsibility. And along with True Mother, you know, they challenge all Christian leaders to focus on God's essential providence at this time. And the world was invited to see the gleaming gold that True Parents are offering to the world, the marriage blessing. And tens of thousands, you know, came to get a brief introduction to the only begotten daughter and her life-changing vision of a world of God-centered families. The Peace and Blessing Festival was an exciting, professionally produced invitation. And this is a new way of informing and connecting people who share our values. My wife held a watch party at our house, and at the end, one brand new guest said she wants the blessing on her marriage and she wants to join our church. That was the end.
아주.
You know, I think that everyone was moved by True Mother's heart when she said that True Parents have prayed in desperation, imploring God not to turn his back on America. But she also warned America cannot repeat the mistake of going against God's will. So it's my earnest hope and desire that America's leaders from all sectors, together with the American people, will seize this God-given moment. You know, recently we finished historic blessing of 120 Christian pastors across America in all 7 steps of the blessing. Dr. Yong, Dr. Ki-Hoon Kim, President Naokimi, Dr. Rouse, they're all speeding up the providence here in America because they're uniting with True Mother. We've created a foundation and we can expand upon that to really impact the direction of our nation. So let's absolutely unite with True Parents and become successful gold miners. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Honest Patton. Your name is Honest. Honest, very sincere. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Patton. And next, I'd like to call on Reverend Kazuo Takami, the Director of Midwest Subregion.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Yong, and also President Naokimi. And good morning, all the brothers and sisters. I have a little different style, so I prepare slides, if you don't mind, next few minutes. So it's I want to a little bit share about mobilization watch party in the subregion 3. And yes, subregion 3, we made a goal. So 127%, and each district 6, 7, 8, we made a goal, and we're so grateful. From the beginning, it's very stable, and especially last 1 week was really boosted. So in the subregion 3, we have watch party, 23 locations with approximately 300 people joined, and then this is the pictures. You know, pictures speak louder than my words. So I'm gonna show, several pictures, and I wanna introduce maybe 2 or 3 testimonies in the end. So this is the Columbus, Ohio, and at the Columbus Family Church. And this is a Cleveland at the family, and with a clergy guest and the family. And Indianapolis at the Family Church. And this is a Louisville, Kentucky, and a Christian church. and Chicago, GPA and the young adults. And also this is a women's ministry in Chicago at Clergy's Home in Detroit, and Detroit Family Church with a real party and with a nice food. And this is the Minnesota. Minnesota had a 3 locations at the Family Church and also Christian Church. And this is a family home, Mr. Gavin's home. And Kansas has a church, our family church and Christian church. And the last 3, Omaha, we have 2nd gen and 3rd gen party. So it's really all kind of people, religious people, family members, young and elders really enjoy this festival. And I want to read a few testimonies, which is really important. This is a Paige Weisinger, a GPA members. In the last 40 days, 27 GPA members were sent to Subregion 3 to work with us to mobilize people to June 5th. And this is basically last mission of GPA year. So let me read. This is the first time I felt artistically connected to True Mother as my own mother and to her message. Throughout my whole year of GPA, I have been trying to develop a personal connection with true parents, but always struggle to connect to a true mother for some reason. Yesterday, during our study time, we watched the testimony about True Mother's course after True Father's passing. I think knowing her course set a good foundation for me to be able to receive what she said today and see her in a different light. As soon as I saw her and she began to speak, I felt overwhelmed with emotion just seeing her stand so strong after everything she has been through. So I really feel this is important testimony. And for her, this is a precious peace and blessing festival, give her opportunity to deeply connect and True Mother become her own mother. So not only her, but many people feel that way. So I really appreciate Peace and Blessing Festival. And this is another testimony. Reverend Dr. Madeline Alexander, she just moved from Delaware to Indiana to start family, join her husband. And she said, Mother has given a clarion call for America to stand up as the elder son nation. It gave me chills and made me think about our responsibility as a blessed couple. We have more works to do as we receive the call of Breast Central family. She's talking about responsibility as Breast Central family. You know, she's recently blessed. Last April, she attended Hyojeon Cosmic Blessing, and they did 40-day separation. And the day before the June 5th, June 4th, in the Indiana Family Church, they did a civil wedding at this Indiana Family Church. And then after watch party, they started 3-day ceremony. So I really appreciate that they are really blessed, becoming a Breast Central family, not just a guest or anything, same as us. So I really felt this testimony, especially too. I have a few more, but I think our time is up. I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Wow, such a beautiful preparation. Wow, I'm so impressed by your sharing. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Takami. And next, I'd like to call on Reverend Kevin Thompson, the director of the West Subregion.
Good morning, everyone. Lovely to see you this morning. Very happy to be with you. My reflection is that first and foremost, the unity that Dr. Young has created together with Naokimi and all of our American members is the foundation upon which we brought victory.
아주
And Dr. Young, I want to thank you for trusting Naokimi, for trusting him with this program, which was very different than usual programs. I know that took a lot of faith on your behalf, and America is grateful for that. And I think we set a new way of doing events, and that comes on this great foundation of doing this morning devotion every day. So thank you, Dr. Young, for leading that.
감사합니다.
We received so many reflections after the event. I wish I could read them all. I just want to tell you one or two. Christina Sear, elder sister, she said she brought her good friend who's a retired school psychologist who said that she was astounded at the scope of True Mother's vision. Wow, she said, I've never heard anybody talk about taking care of all the people of the world before. You would never even think of such a thing unless you are truly inspired by God. One of our young second generation young mothers said, Mother, you are the substantial Holy Spirit. Your energy was felt today. Today was a day when my mom and I were able to reconcile more deeply. And my husband was able to surrender a bit more to you after being frozen in his heart for so long. Today was a day where a community was able to come together and enjoy each other's company, where my son was able to connect with this community in such a meaningful way. After so long of being in isolation, I truly felt heaven. And I know, Mother, that you are the miracle worker. You are the glue. You are the healer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So many testimonies like this from first and second generation who really felt mother's deep heart and love for America. Actually, most people even appreciated that Mother was scolding us. It was good for us. But it was done with a mother's heart and mother's love. And I just conclude with one brother, David Rogers in Seattle. He said, Mother is like the Statue of Liberty, standing tall and telling everybody, if you just come to me, you will be safe. So that's my vision of Mother. She's the Statue of Liberty for America.
Thank you. My God. Oh, great. Thank you, Kevin Thompson. You are wonderful, wonderful sharing. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Thompson. And next, I'd like to call on Dr. Moon-Sik Kim. He's the chairman of Family Federation in Canada.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for giving me the chance to share. Actually, I didn't know I have to share this morning. I was not informed, but I'm grateful to Dr. Young and all brothers and sisters in North America. As Reverend Thompson shared, I believe it is a great foundation to receive our true mother. I think that's the first thing in my mind. That's the most important preparation to receive true mother. I believe true mother's, her presence itself is a great blessing for North America. Of course, true mother gave wonderful messages and also vision and hope for North American providence and also families, especially Mother gave us the blessing to mobilize all our, powers, strengths, centering on ACLC, all blessed central families to work hard to bless all families in North America, in the USA, and I believe that's including Canada. So I feel this is totally different providential time. I wasn't sure when Dr. Young talked about making ACLC ministers to Chunbo, but mothers always, I feel this time, always go before us and the providence, we are now in the totally different realm. So Mother talked about also guide them to do something for Chunbo-won and also Cheonil Seongjeon that's for me. It's I never imagined a mother really emphasize that points. For Canada, we are still kind of a lockdown situation. We didn't have any watch party physically, but the online, we gathered together as families, and we invited all different people, different ethnic communities. I personally joined Sri Lankan community the watch party, and about 40, 50 Sri Lankan ethnic group members joined together and watch the party, watch the True Mother's message, and also all the entertainment. They were very they expressed it's a great message. It's just listening from True Mother and also entertainment. That's great. And I personally grateful for True Mother's comment, especially New York Hotel and Washington Times becoming like Peace Education Center, Paris. So that's great hope. We know, it wasn't easy time, this in Corona world pandemic. Like a New York Hotel, I think very much difficult time, but we know the mother personally, supported, subsidized by Korea, but now mother giving that hope and vision, this New York Hotel and the Washington Times is a totally opening new providence and a new vision and hope. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Dr. Young, and all our North American brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mun-sik Kim. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. And now I'd like to invite up Mr. Koichi Nakai, who is the Director of Media and Marketing at USA Headquarters.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hear me? Yeah, okay, thank you. Good to see everybody, and good morning. I'm going to share a presentation. So thanks so much for having me and for this report. I want to thank everybody involved. Media is a team sport, and I couldn't have done it without a great team. I want to thank the executive team, Dr. Young, President Naokimi, Reverend Rendell, Steve Jers, all the pastors, the ministry team, PR, we had Curtis Farrow, and the Blessing Ministry team, and everybody at Irving Street. So this is the team behind the scenes that was working day and night, leading up to the rally. We didn't get much sleep. I think the night before we had a full all-nighter, and every night leading up was like 3 a.m. going to sleep. So it's like nighttime devotion. But we're pulling all-nighters, and I'm so grateful for this professional team. It's a lot of pressure to make a video knowing that thousands of people are going to watch. But we made it, and we just made it. I don't know if you know behind the scenes, but the day of the show, Albin's like the day before is like, Albin, is your internet going to be okay? The same team that does this morning devotion, we have 2 sites just in case one internet goes down. Okay, we go to the other site just so we keep broadcasting, right? And I asked Albin, is your internet going to be okay? And he was like, oh, it's going to be fine. I got double redundant system. And then that night, 3 a.m., his internet went out. His whole block went out. Oh, and like in the morning, 8 a.m., I was like, Albin, how's your internet? And it was still down. It's like, okay, Albin, we have to set up another office somewhere else. So he had to take his whole system and move it to William's apartment. And then I asked OG, I was like, OG, how's your internet? And I was like, oh, my house is flickering. I'm like, oh my God, why is it flickering? And then we found out the next day there was a fire just down his block that was, affecting his internet. So, I think there was a lot of spiritual things happening, like trying to stop this being broadcast out. And, every time we do an event, there's always some weird technical things, even though we've been doing this so many times. But like, I want to thank this team and also the morning devotion team for their prayers. I think, the prayer and the Jung Sung really protected this event. And I want to thank the translators. This is the first time we did 5 languages. I want to thank Yanhua for managing all the translations. And we barely made that one too, because every time we have to translate, it takes 1 hour to make the event, to make the video and post it. So I don't know if you noticed, but the last video was Chinese, and we made it right when the counter was 0. We broadcast it out. So anyway, it's a miracle. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for your prayers. Because of COVID, we had to think outside of the box, everything differently. We couldn't gather in large amounts. So we thought, how can we make this program more like a TV show rather than a rally, you know? So this is us filming at a TV studio with Josh and on the stage. And we worked together with Curtis and his team at Irving Street, and they're able to help us rent this TV studio to film all the MC parts. And we followed all COVID protocols and put the show together. So I think one big takeaway is we learned we don't need to rent a big stadium to do something really big. We can actually just rent a professional studio and do something like this. And I think a great part of the show was that we built from the foundation of what we've done in the past 4 years, starting all the way back from Madison Square Garden. And I want to thank, you know, Dr. Kim, Dr. Balcom, Reverend Dunkley for setting this foundation. One of the biggest comments I received was, wow, that was so well done and professional. You know, all those relationships and networks that we've built over the years made this production more professional. It's from that foundation that we're able to pull this off. And there were a lot of pieces to put together, starting from this with the Soul Children, and thanks Reverend Rendell for having this connection. I think I love this youth choir, very powerful. And Liz Black, she's a national radio host, and she's been with us since the very beginning, helping us MC and making commercials. Hezekiah Walker from the very beginning. And I want to thank Will Chang and his wife. You know, they actually helped produce this whole documentary together as a couple, blessed couple working together to make this couple. So this was a short blessing film. We really wanted to make something different, something where someone who doesn't know about the blessing can watch this and see themselves on that screen. Like, that's the key. You want to be able to see, can I be one of those people, right? And that's kind of the key for them to want to get blessed. So Curtis challenged us to really push the envelope. And I think that's one of the roles of America, is to push the envelope and you know, try new things and really try to make lead the world in that aspect. So after Curtis's team watched the show, they were like, wow, after 5 years of working with you, we finally get what the blessing is. We finally get it. And they're like, where do I sign up?
Very good.
So we knew we hit the mark on the head when, like, Pastor Terry, who's a young pastor, is like, I want to sign up for that. So we're excited to get this out. And, you know, all the beautiful couples, just want to thank them, the Weatherhalls, Miambi and her couple, Yana, and I also want to thank ACLC and YCLC for working together with our pastors to get these excellent videos. Again, this is building from the foundation of previous rallies. We're able to get Bishop Noel Jones. I want to thank True Mother, of course, and also, you know, the team behind True Mother all the time working is Peace TV, always filming Mother. So we work together, America's team working together with Peace TV. And they're able to send us this footage, and we're able to work it together. Yolanda Adams, she's been with us since the beginning, and Jennifer and Bishop Ron Thomas. I thought this testimony was very powerful. I think every aspect of it we planned. Okay, so how do we get the affirmation of the pastors here? And I want to thank ACLC, YCLC again for helping get that filmed. And I think this was a big breakthrough. You know, the follow-up plan led by Steve Jers and Nancy and all the education team and Justin and Michael Holmes, making all the websites, making sure every button works. And that's a lot of work, and there's a lot of planning that goes behind this. And I want to thank that team for really focusing on this and making sure this was ready for the show. So this is revolutionary, and I'm excited to see the results of what can happen from a show like this. And I'm just going to wrap it up. I just want to thank, you know, YCLC and Dr. Yong did great. Oh, I just want to point this out. Israel Houghton's song was an original song that he wrote just for us for our blessing event. I thought it was beautiful, and we can use this song. And I think every one of these blessing events, we want to add culture to it and have artists maybe write new songs for it. I want to thank the Rev.Chung Culture team also for creating the virtual choir. And thank you, everybody. It's a team sport. 감사합니다.
Wow, thank you. Why don't you give a big hand to our media team? Wow, great. Thank you so much. Koichi, Alban, William, Nancy, Oji, Joshua, all our media team in behind scene, all really your great work. I really do not know how to express my appreciation to each one of our media team. Once again, give one more time big hand to our media team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Koichi Hyung. And next, I'd like to call on Mrs. Tomiko Duggan, who is the Senior Vice President of UPF for USA.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good to see you again.
Yay, Tomiko-san.
3 minutes. And then, so you instructed us, reach out to all churches, no matter what. If you cannot reach out, pray every one of them. So we follow the pattern. I have the Trinities, which we work together, finishing 430 Chombo families. And then, so I want to really thank you, Yuriko-san, Yuriko Kitagawa, Mayumi Kanan, Machiko Moran, Hideko-san, Hideko Aoyama, Taiko Mafet. These are 5 people, my angels. We are angels, help each other to accomplish our goal. So I just want to share, we had 3 ways to reach out. One is a list of all churches in our area. I'm coming from Maryland. Thanks to ACFC, they gave me a 15,000 list. We have a 15,000 churches in Maryland, and it was divided by people by zip code. And then second list we want to reach out is 430 tribes, their own tribes. That include neighbors. And also third one is UPF is doing a 61st week straight for interfaith programs. And we know that we can see 273 people on Zoom, but 1,000 people are listening to this morning devotion. So interfaith reach out average is around 600 people listening through Facebook.
Wow.
So on Zoom, it's around 30 to 100, but we know average is 600 listeners. So this precious list we want to reach out. So we had a 3 precious list. Thanks Dr. Jenkins, we pushed us, and each sub-region should fulfill their goal. So which I represent sub-region 2, 450 people we have to reach out. So we told those 5 angels to look at all your list. Either they have emails and phone numbers. We have to reach out. And then thanks to also Archbishop Stallings, without failing, he always, as a head of IAPD, they're pushing, reach out, interfaith, rabbis, pastors, imams. So I want to really share very special testimony. It's impossible to visit the area. Each one got the 200 churches to finish it. So pray for them. So Yuriko prayed, Heavenly Mother, this time, because True Mother is coming. Heavenly Mother, I need to meet who loves True Mother. And then the reaching, her church was 100. So how she did it? Of course, praying 100 churches, but she also sent out blasted the flyers to 100 churches, pastors. And then she started the follow-up. And then one day she went to a church, and then pastor met her, and then he said, oh, I got your flyer. You are the one who sent us a flyer for this peace and blessing. And then he said, come in. And then he invited, and he was a small gathering. He immediately, she didn't ask him, but he promoted his congregation friends to participate and enjoy this peace blessing. So, and then second share was that another person, she was praying, and then one face, ambassador for peace, really started appearing. And she called her, and then, I would like to meet your pastor. I said, yeah, sure. And then so she introduced her pastor, and she went to her church. And then so fortunately, really fortunately, she was meeting with the pastor. And then he said, when he presented the Mother of Peace memoir, and he said, I love Mother of Peace. Whatever title is, I love it. We need Mother of Peace. She's the first time meeting pastor. So this is, one time mother said, use my book for witnessing. This is a tool to witness. This is really happening. And the third testimony was another church she went, and then one pastor came out, the white women pastor. And then she presented again Mothers of Peace book. And she said, wow, she used to be an Air Force intelligence officer and retired, and she felt God's calling, she became priest. She said, she was stationed in Korea and Japan. She said, wow, Mother of Peace. And she was very happy. And then so she invited to come to watch this program and also pray at our interfaith programs. This is really wonderful. She felt we need a revolutionary determination, and we love total salvation, total mobilization, total investment. So we really are very happy. So personally, when before mother arrives, personally, I really wanted offer. Sorry, 12 people to finish 43 days step. So wow. I asked the minister, can you do it? Let's do it. And he said, yeah, no problem. So anyway, we completed, I didn't complete 12, but I really offer to mother before mother comes, at least 12 couples. And then anyway, 6 couples completed, and then 7th is minister is coming to receive blessing on this Friday. Wow. And then all our angels, we work together. And then when we come, food is love, so we prepare. Anyway, we are moving forward, Dr. Yong, so we are still reaching out churches, and we got the list. We will continue to follow up. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, 토미코 억만세. Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Mrs. Duggan. And next, I'd like to call on Mrs. Sun Willett, who is a Heavenly Tribal Messiah from Kentucky.
Okay, for that.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I cannot.
Oh, Mrs. Willett, please unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Yong, brothers and sisters. Yes, our children parents is very proud. So great. I want to be proud of their children. So this time, I really focus on invitation. True Father said once, even I'm Messiah, I can fail. If you travel Messiah, don't fulfill your mission. So I had to take it very seriously to fulfill my mission and liberate true parents. So I had to reach out all my contacts through the email. Almost 1,000 people send out invitation, and I have to do UPF and ACLC, over 200 ministers send out. ACLC politicians, I send out maybe 300 all, and also my online holy community also. I got their email address, so I did. Yes, this time when I was, send out, 138 our state senators and congressmen, and then some congressmen responded to me, the senator. Oh, thank you for your hard work for Kentuckians. So yes, and then another senator said, I am so busy to read the email address. Please call my office. So at the time, I did texting. While I'm doing texting, I was so intoxicated, texting. I was so busy, one by one, and then while I'm doing texting, I was so busy. I'm just sending every individual, Father, true mother, let these people come and look, meet the true mother, see true mother. And then the state congressman, he was calling me. So wow, I had to answer this. So I answered. And then he said, may I invite all my House representatives? So I said, yes, please. So, when I work so hard in the heavy moves, this House representative, so I asked him to invite all your brothers, sisters, your family, everybody watch. This is a peace and blessing festival. So this is incredible. This is historic, please. So yes, this time, we True Father said, if I ask you to do one thing, please think about the 10 things more to accomplish. So this time, I thought about, I can just do, my context. I have to go out in college. I have to reach college students, young people. We want to bless, bring 30,000 young people. We have to go to the college or meet these young people. So I went out, I did a sign very quickly one day, and then I shared this. Let's do this way, many second gen, maybe, college. So when we share our idea, and we can big breakthrough. We can big breakthrough. We are so busy each other to share how we can break through unity. And the True Mothers praying for us so hard. Dr. Young went to Las Vegas and praying pray in the holy ground and pray for us to succeed. And this is a great unity. And the second gen, first gen, they reach out everybody. So that's why we brought this great victory. Yes.
We also, when we had to go to Lexington to try to meet people to prepare for the blessing, our car broke down in a kind of very dangerous area on the freeway, and then one policeman showed up, and then another policeman showed up, and then another policeman showed up, and so son went into witnessing mode and blessing mode, and so she was inviting them. One was a policeman from a completely different town, but she was inviting them all to come and hear the event. And she offered them the holy juice and to even be blessed at that time. We had known and blessed the chief of police in Lexington, Kentucky. And when we tell them that we visited every county in the state of Kentucky and visited their police departments, and they were always lit, and they would light up, and they're very, because they feel that people are supporting them, they very much appreciate that. So they listen very well.
Thank you.
So it was a big blessing because our brothers and sisters have worked so hard and united with the leaders so much. I felt like our ancestors are so proud now at this time. So proud of what's going on now. I felt that even in doing the bow this morning. I felt my ancestors lining up. So it's
Thank
amazing
you.
experience.
Yes,
Thank you, Sanulet. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, I want to report a little more. This year I want to, bless and 43 days, and then 12 couple I have a pledge to do. But I went already. I did 5 couples.
Yeah.
Especially white ministers. I want to break through. There are many wonderful white ministers out there. True parents want to break through. Let us break through white ministers. And
감사합니다.
yes. And then I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
Yeah, thank you so much about Sunwell couple. I do not know how can I express my gratitude to you, and I really want to bow down to all our brothers and sisters, those who are really, really working at front line. Once again, thank you so much. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, the Willet couple. And last but definitely not least, we have our Reverend Naokimi Ushiroda, the President of Family Federation for USA. Let us welcome President Naokimi.
Thank you, Yasu. So yesterday I presented on behalf of the nation. Today I wanted to represent Subregion 1 because they worked so hard and I want to represent them well, and Resford prepared a wonderful report. So I will try to do this in 3 minutes. It might take 4, but let's see. All right, so this is the Subregion 1 Peace and Festival report. We had a goal of 8,300, but we ended up having 9,579 registration. Good job, Subregion 1. And 900 of them watched more at watch parties. So we really encourage watch parties. There were 7 kinds of watch parties: Christian church watch parties, family church watch party, Women's Fed for World Peace, youth and young adult, ethnic, virtual, even at home with their guests. So total, we had 55 or more watch parties in Subregion 1. So at Christian churches, this is some examples. Liberty Church of God in Worcester. We had a church in the Bronx by Reverend Galvan. Tabernacle of the Lord Jesus Christ in Hackensack, New Jersey. Shaber Evangelical Church in New York. Christian Church in Newark, New Jersey. This is Takino-san. He has a testimony here. He was really inspired by a pastor couple and their congregation during True Mother's message. Worship song and testimony shared by the pastor couple. The congregation was clapping their hands and shouting, "Amen." We did a blessing ceremony with Pastor Peace and Blessing couple. The pastor's name is Peace and his wife's name is Blessing. So literally it was a peace and blessing couple.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And there are 2 other couples, and pastor's couple made the commitment to start their 40-day separation. So that was amazing. Good News Sound and Pentecost Ministries in Newark, New Jersey. GPA and HUSA were there. YCLC and HPAC members. Christian Church in Philadelphia. Kingston, New York. Here's another. This is Pastor Ted. I see the witness in you guys. Marriage is a blessing, and it is not something that you just talk about. Rather, you are living according to the ideal of blessing. You are showing by examples what marriage should be like. Keep spreading the light that churches need today. So that was from a Christian pastor. We also had Archbishop Solange Lewis Church in Brooklyn. These are some watch parties at our churches. This is in Brooklyn. Testimony. Tears came from my eyes when I saw wonderful couples of all ages sharing their love for one another. This was from a guest watching the blessing video that we shared. This is in Belvedere, New York. They had guests, clergy, and members there. Also Elizabeth, New Jersey. A lot of young people. They made a beautiful decor, made it look really nice with wonderful food. Bridgeport, Connecticut, UTS. Queens, New York. Harlem, New York. Providence, Rhode Island. They had a barbecue with community members. Long Island, New York, with a pastor and guests. And we had a youth party here in Clifton, New Jersey. And many of our families did watch parties at home. So they invited their neighbors. This is Elizabeth Nutley. Last testimony, this was Monica Lewis, neighbor from Peru, and a Muslim family from Ghana. So the Ghana Muslim family from Ghana, the husband said, family values are needed, and without this kind of blessing initiative, there will be more breakdown of family and society. I encouraged him to start the journey of a Muslim blessed couple with which he was in agreement. And as for the Peruvian neighbor, she attentively listened to our matching story. She loved the program and asked more questions about our matching and blessing experience. Upon departure, I invited her to Noah Ross's DP lecture next Saturday, which she agreed to attend. This watch party was a great way to introduce True Mother and the blessing to our guests. So again, many of our families, they just invited their neighbors in their homes and really shared great way to connect in heart. This is the future of home church, is just inviting people to your home and really connecting to the blessing. And of course, we had virtual watch parties where Women's Fed had over 100 people. Also, the Chinese community had over 100 people. They had a youth and young adult online watch party as well. So that is the report for Subregion 1. Good job, everyone.
Wow. I am proud of our national leader president. This time you did great job. Please give a big hand to our national leader, Nao Kimi. Thank you. Yeah, first already nearly 4:30. Thank you so much for your beautiful sharing. Someone said True Mother is like the statue of the liberty. Not just only liberty, True Mother is the statue of the, only God's only begotten daughter, peace, true love, life, and blessing. Oh my goodness! Today, when I hear all of your report, I am so much really impressed. Once again, as a Continental Director, appreciate your great effort and 정성. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, President Naokimi. And thank you to all those people who shared their reflection. It was very empowering. It was amazing. And we can truly see that God is working through each and every one of us. And thank you, brothers and sisters, for making it happen. And so we've heard a lot of reflection. And so we'd like to ask you to just keep your reflections to yourself for now. And you are free to share it after morning heart devotion. And I just like to quickly remind you that, you cannot get this kind of energy and inspiration anywhere else. It's only because of morning devotion. And because we're here, that we're able to receive God's love and grace for every single day. So let's continue to stay and listen to morning devotion each and every single day without missing, and continue to build upon our national Jeonsang. And so I think we will also like to just if you turn your attention towards the chat, then we have our donation link. And this is a great way to support us in our Morning Heart Devotion ministry. And so due to time, we'll go straight into the closing prayer. So I'd like to invite up Miss Koa Shiratori. If you can please offer the closing prayer.
All right. Thank you, Yasu. All right. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, true parents, good morning on this incredible day of, actually second day of reports that we were able to hear. I have to start by saying I feel so unworthy first to be chosen to pray today. Hearing everyone's reflections, everyone's efforts, so many people put everything they had into this Peace and Blessing Festival, and it's so inspiring to hear the dedication of these members and how they love you so much, True Mother. They love you so much, and of course, we love you, me too. But they just the amount of effort they put in. It's so amazing, and I really want to thank President Naokimi for putting together for really spearheading this project, and for Dr. Yong and the unity there, and even Dr. Yong, like the spiritual foundation, and then President Naokimi, the physical foundation, and really inviting True Mother to this platform where she can speak to her children, and the testimonies of people that hadn't heard of True Mother are this really seemed to really move them this time, and really just it's time. It's time, God, it's time, and people, everyone loves their mother, you know, everyone, and those people who don't have somebody like that, everyone wants to have a mother, and just so happy that True Mother can be the mother for all, the mother of peace, the mother of the cosmos, the mother of the spiritual world, the mother of the physical world. So we're really grateful, so grateful for this victory, and just thank you, True Mother, for coming in person and really just touching America again. We don't want to take this for granted. As America, we really want to help. We want to help. We want to be America. And we want to support our brothers and sisters in all countries, and we want to be the model for them. We want to do our part in the providence. Let us not fail. Like so many Bible stories, we not fail, but just a lot of times we don't fulfill our responsibility. Let us not become a story like that during this time. We can do it this time. It's so hard when we're in the moment to see where we are, and it's our time. And we got to do it, God. And just thank you so much, Heavenly Parent, for supporting each and every brother and sister for their efforts, and just really grateful for everyone also for giving Jong-sung and reaching out to their friend or neighbor or relative or anybody on the streets. Just thank you for all the effort. It is truly a unity condition, and you truly come down when there's unity. And I see this so much. So let us stay united, and let us support our True Mother, and let us not be afraid anymore. So thank you so much for being with us today and always, and for the future too. So this I pray together with everyone here. Such hard-working people, such God-loving people here. So blessed to be in this place. Thank you. This I pray together with everyone here in my name, Poa Shiratori of the Shiratori family, a Blessed Angel family. So proud to be a Blessed Angel family today and every day. Aju.
Aju, thank you, Koa-chan, thank you.
Thank you very much, Koa, for that amazing prayer. And with that, brothers and sisters, thank you for joining us to Morning Heart Devotion today. We wish that you'll have a blessed and victorious day, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye-bye.
감사합니다. Thank you.